check in with the medics if you're feeling under the weather.
Extra hand around here. If you see anyone struggling out in Appalachia, be sure to tell them about the White Spring.
I heard there's some monsters in the pit that'll give you a run for your caps.
Can't believe we got a vertibird. That's a step up in the world if I've ever seen one.
Sometimes you gotta accept the cards you were dealt and learn to make
Orlando is very charming, but to be honest with you, I'm not really sure why they're helping us.
Exclusive to the White Spring.
Ah, a customer. Here to peruse or buy. Either way, prepare your eyes for a feast of the senses, huh? Oh, I got a bit carried away, didn't I? Forgot to properly introduce myself. Giuseppe della Ripa, at your service. Tradesman and curio collector. Welcome to Giuseppe's Curio. Buy, sell, trade, and count. I'm a collector of oddities. Perhaps I might have something. Oh, I've called many places. Larkspur, New York. Ita! Ah, I believe in your language it is simply Ita. I was born. I remember very well. There's still a connection. It may not make sense if you've been raised in the... Ah, don't mind. What makes it worse? You walk past and see a sparkle at the end. That's... femme and fortune. Or maybe just fortune. I have books upon books of riddles. You have only ever seen me in the distance. Nice try, but that's... Take a night to let's just... Do come back.
Try Pinker Sherry. adventures you won't find inside the Yucca world. Try Yucca Sherry, grape, or orange.
It's been so long since I had actual flavor.
These damn bottle cannons.
Well, hello there, stranger. Sophie Wagner, pleased to meet you. Why, this is the refuge. Headquarters of the responders. These ones, anyway. I hear some other folks might be using the name too. But these are the ones I know about. And joined. And work for. You get it. So, these are the responders as far as I'm concerned. Oh, sorry. I get you now. Well, right now, I'm just getting things in order to take in donations. The refuge always needs more stuff. You know, food, clothes, whatnot. Stuff people need. Hoping folks will want to help out. Rucker says you can't just have people dumping things any old place, so I'm getting organized first. Rucker likes things organized. Well, what the heck? I've got time to take a little break. Shoot. You're gonna have to narrow it down here. Something specific you wanted to know? Take care of people, silly. Lots of folks out there ain't got enough to eat or a place to sleep or are sick. It's rough out there, you know that. Here at the refuge, they can get some of what they're missing. Maybe so. Doesn't mean it's not worth trying. You're looking at it all wrong, though. You don't try to save everyone, you save individuals. Help enough people and there's more people to help out others. You build trust, you build compassion, and you build community. That's what sees us all through this. Didn't we go over this? I'm getting us prepped to accept donations, materials, goods, food, you name it, we're gonna need it. No worries. What's on your mind? How personal are we talking? Who, me? Oh, I'm not that interesting. Came here from Kentucky. Wanted to see more of the world. Had a pretty happy childhood. We had a whole commune. All the kids raised together, so I had like 24 siblings and lots of parents. Got here, heard about the responders, and thought, that's for me. It's like my mom's always said, when everybody pitches in, there's nothing we can't do together. Oh yeah, out in the woods, pretty remote. Whole bunch of us. Great place to grow up. They said it was set up before the bombs by some folks who refused to fight in the war. Conscientious objectors, you know. People thought they were communists, so they decided to get away from it all and build something for themselves. Collective parenting. Instead of like individual families, everybody treated the community as one big family. So the adults were all parents to all the kids, you know. I had lots of dads and moms, and every kid there was my sibling. It was a very loving environment. We were happy. It wasn't until I left that I found out that wasn't normal. True story. The way y'all do it seems pretty weird to me. No problem. What do you want to talk about? You know where to find me.
The potatoes here taste amazing. So fresh and only a few reds.
I could really use a drink. But Rucker wants
If
to
you
see
ever
me.
find yourself in a bind, you can always call on us.
I like to think of them as revive.
Sorry, not much for conversation. Ellison talked my ear off.
There's a lot of supplies here that look ripe for the picking. What? Who I am doesn't matter. I'm just here to keep an eye on things for Meg. Nothing but a problem. All it's doing is encouraging new people to come to Appalachia. Sickly people. If they're too weak to make it on their own, then maybe they shouldn't be the ones to survive.
It's nice to see people around in
Sure,
responders
whatever.
uniform.
Can you lend me a hand? Well, I'm a representative from Foundation. I'm just here to talk about some trade deals, and to request assistance with the recent stream of refugees from the Pit. Well, we think it's kind what they're doing here for the refugees, but a lot of them are coming to Foundation too, and we just don't have the resources to take care of that many people. All right, talk to you later.
I wish the responders would tidy up a bit. Would it hurt to respond to the need to dust
Well,
the place?
not
No, that's
specifically
settled.
asked.
Did Miss
but-
Rucker have any other requests I could help with? Oh, go on, dear.
There's
You
times
know
you gotta
I'm thrilled
accept
to
the
help
cards
if
you were
I
dealt
can.
and learn to make the best of it. Well, she did mention needing some help with something for the clinic.
Ah, I see. Certainly.
And Sophie's starting her donation drive today.
The lovely Miss Wagner's charitable efforts. Yes, I hadn't forgotten.
Oh, and Esme's got something going on in the kitchen she could use a hand with.
Well, I shall certainly see what I can do about that. I'm sure I can arrange some assistance in these matters. Well, hello, darling. A pleasure to meet another guest of our fine establishment. I am Orlando, your host and management liaison. If you'll pardon me for just one moment, that will be all. Please give my regards to Ms. Rucker. If you are here for leisure, I regret to inform you that our regular resort activities are temporarily unavailable. However, if you are here for the refuge and the fine work of the lovely responders, I am delighted to welcome you on their behalf. Not as such, dear. They have my wholehearted support, and that of the White Spring management, but no. I am the management liaison for the White Spring, as I said, here to provide assistance to the responders' refuge efforts. My primary duties, otherwise, are to the caretaking and oversight of the White Spring itself. Are you really, dear? How marvelous! In that case, I'm sure you can't wait to get involved here. Yes, I believe the originals had been. Quite a tragic tale. Such a noble endeavor. Fortunately, their ideals and organization have been revived, and this refuge is their new home. If I may be totally honest with you, dear, I have heard others use the Responder's name as well, to be fair. But I think Appalachia could always use more people with such altruistic goals, so that's all right. I'm sure you agree. Ah, perhaps you have not heard. The White Spring is now home to the Refuge, a place of safety and care for all in need. The Refuge is being run by the Responders, individuals committed to the well-being of their fellows. They founded the Refuge in response to new waves of refugees coming to Appalachia, people in great need of help. Food, medical care, place to sleep. All of these are available for those who need them.
I wish they'd tell us what all of those construction workers are up to. Look at what a mess they're making.
Of course, dear. The owners of the White Spring itself. The resort, hotel, golf course, all of it. Very much still alive, I assure you, though regrettably unable to oversee affairs in current circumstances. As such, now that we have new guests, they have sent me in their stead to take care of things as needed. I couldn't be more pleased to do so. A delicious opportunity to be of help and meet fascinating people such as yourself.
Can't believe we've got a vertebrate.
Anyone in need of help, yes. You appear more well off than our usual guests, though, if I may say so. Less bedraggled than those poor souls. Armed. The refuge exists primarily to serve those who cannot help themselves. The starving, the sick, the homeless. There is a clinic, a kitchen, beds, recreational facilities, all manner of care to be found here. I'm so pleased to be able to assist in my own small way, of course. Darling, I am entirely at your disposal. Me? Have I beguiled you already, dear? I appreciate the flattery, of course. You must allow me to retain some mystery for now, though. I wouldn't want you to lose interest. Perhaps we can talk more some other time. We both have more important matters at the moment, I'm sure.
The White Springs decor.
Darling, you must understand. A place like the White Spring had, indeed still has, very wealthy people behind it. As was always the case, the truly wealthy had advantages the common people, such as you and I, lack. As for the White Spring itself, the staff of top-of-the-line robotic servants, security, and maintenance allowed it to weather the worst. No, not by any prior arrangement. Perhaps you visited us before. I must apologize for the state you found it in, if so. Regular operation of the facilities had been stopped, of course, due to a lack of guests. Only the robotic staff remained. The responders, believing it abandoned, took up residence, a completely understandable occurrence, of course. New and worthy occupants, the management felt it wholly appropriate that it find a new purpose, and sent me. Until such time as the world needs leisure resorts again, the White Spring is happy to support the refuge. As I've said, I am the management liaison for the White Spring. I oversee the facility itself and its robotic staff. In addition, on behalf of the management, I arrange for the provision of certain material aid to the responders. They still have substantial resources and generously offer to share them to support their noble efforts. Of course, dear. What can I do for you? What a wonderful thing for you to ask, darling. I knew there was something special about you from the moment I saw you. As it happens, the responders are looking for volunteers to assist them in a particular outreach effort. Those industrious wonders have repaired a vertebrate to full working order and are using it to make contact with more distant settlements. They've made allies with people in Pittsburgh. The locals call it the Pitt now. You seem to be in dire need of outside assistance. If you don't mind me saying so, you look like you can handle yourself. You might be just who they're looking for.
Mr. Della Ripa only likes to organize his snaps. Nothing else.
They call themselves the Union. Something of a resistance movement, I understand, against more aggressive forces. One of their representatives is currently staying with us, a Mr. Skippy Rorich. Delightful man. Judging by what I've heard, it's an accurate one, sadly. Pittsburgh was bombed quite severely during the war. The poor individuals still living there have renamed it to better reflect its dreadful circumstances. Indeed, isn't that marvelous? They salvaged it and painstakingly repaired it. It's fully functional now. I was very pleased to be able to contribute to this effort in my own small way. If you wish to see it, it resides on the roof of the refuge between flights, along with its charming pilot, Miss Lennox. Well, they'll be better able to explain the details, but I believe they're looking for fighters, actually. Their contacts in the pit are in something of a desperate situation, it seems, against a dangerous enemy. I hate the thought of you putting yourself in such danger, but it does appear to be for a good cause. Oh, you're terribly brave, aren't you, dear? Imagine if we all had such courage. Now, darling, before anybody bundles you off, the first thing you should do is introduce yourself to some of the responders. I just so happen to know a few in need of more local assistance, and helping them will earn you the other thing you'll need. That other thing, of course, being the ultrasight battery cells, which fuel the vertibird. Ultracells, if you prefer. Why, from me, of course. Rather, from the management via me, that is. When management heard the responders were restoring the vertibird, they wished to help. They provided the ultracells, and I suggested them to the responders as an alternative means of fueling the vertibird. Per management instructions, I distribute a quantity to certain individuals regularly. Management feels this encourages collective decision-making rather than stockpiling. I'm sure they'd be willing to part with them in exchange for your aid. I could not possibly speak to your experience, dear. It sounds remarkable to make such discoveries. All I can tell you is that the management provides them for the refuge. Regrettably, that is as much as I know of the matter. I might wager that whomever was behind the ultracell you discovered likely shared similar contacts with management at some point, but who can say? My dear, you must understand, much as I would like to, my responsibilities do not permit me to do so. I am but a humble employee of the management, and I distribute their resources as instructed to the letter. I hope you will not begrudge me my loyalty. I find myself quite fond of you already. In an ideal world, darling, I'm sure they would. Sadly, this is not that world, and any reticence on their part is understandable. I don't want to speak for the responders, but I believe they may also see this as more for their union friends than for themselves. Your assistance with their more immediate concerns will ensure everyone benefits. Isn't that a good outcome? Our lovely Ms. Rucker is the closest thing to a leader the refuge has, though I believe she's less than comfortable with the title. You can find her in their headquarters, beyond the dining area. The darling chef, Miss Rousseau, needs some assistance in the kitchen, I hear. And Ms. Wagner, over in the common area, is looking for donations. I'm sure your generosity will be well rewarded.
They aren't even paying.
No need for such sour looks, darling. If the gratification of having done good deeds for your fellow Appalachians is not enough, I'm sure there will be ample rewards. When you're done, speak to Mr. Skippy Rorridge. He's a representative of the Pitt Union, staying with us in the refuge. No doubt he'll want to explain the situation in the pit before you depart.
I wish they'd tell us what all of those construction workers
Do
are up
feel
to.
free to visit me at your leisure if you wish to chat. I have an office in the management wing. You can't miss it.
Mr. Della Ripper only likes to organize his stamps. Nothing else. Oh, if only he would dust those
Cleaning
shells.
this place up actually gives me a sense of peace.
Those raiders fight like hell. Maybe they're crazy enough to join an expedition.
Hey, sport.
You wouldn't happen to be handy with an electro-compression spanner, would you? Oh, what am I saying? A course yard. I invented the thing. Sorry to put you on the spot, kid. I'm Skippy Rorich, but you can call me Skip, Ro, Skippo, or whatever else you fancy. I'm here on behalf of the Union. We're a band of loose-knit freedom fighters from the Pitt up north. We're looking to get our home back from a group of raiders called the Fanatics. Hoping Appalachia has some help to offer in that. I don't know. Ask away. Can I? Of course. Will I? Also, of course. It's hell. What else can I say? What the bombs didn't level, the Fanatics finished off. The air is choked with soot, the water is undrinkable, and the rads sear your skin like the sun of the Sahara. Then you'll be happy to join us on our frequent sojourns there, I take it. Before the war? Well, it wasn't a paradise, but still a sight to behold. The Steel City, we called it. A center of industry, making anything you can imagine. When the war rolled around, we built weapons, munitions, vertebrates, power armor, robots. I suppose that's what made us a target, and left us what we are now. The Fanatics are a bunch of sadists, is what they are. They bill themselves as a confederation and say they take all comers for who or what they are. That's nonsense, of course, just an empty slogan, used to sucker in more labor for the mills. All right, I'm game. And I'll tell you everything you want to know. The Union is our grand experiment in human decency in the Pit. All the people working together to rebuild a place that most say ain't worth rebuilding. We fight the Fanatics, the Ferals, and any other awful thing that stands to hold back progress in the Steel City. And there are a lot of those. Well, you know, we used to be a trade union before the war. A lot of us are holdovers from those days, old factory hands. Sticking together now like we did then. But we take all kinds, so long as they share the goal of winning back our foul city and making it fair again. That mix makes us a rowdy bunch, but it's also our secret sauce. Our eclectic minds think of things our enemies wouldn't imagine. So we stay one step ahead or even an inch ahead, but that's enough to keep us in the game. Quite frankly, because the odds are stacked against us. We represent civilization in the Pit. Most folks up there have put that by the wayside, given in to their animal instincts. We want our home back, but we can't do it alone. That's all there is to it. If the Fanatics unite the Pit, they'll start marching elsewhere. That's trouble for Appalachia, trouble for you. If that ain't motivation enough, well, I'll make it worth your while, don't you worry. War breeds innovation. If there's one thing we have, it's that. We can build you all manner of fighting gear. Guns, grenades, armor, you name it. It'll be yours if you give us your aid. I'm the Union's inventor, quartermaster, and coordinator. I'm the brain guy. I use the know-how in this dome here of mine to help the kids in the field in any way I can. Sure thing. Twist my arm, why don't you? Only been good at one thing in my life, and that's building things, so that's what I do. People call me a mad scientist. I built my fair share of oddities, but innovation takes risk. Parachutes sound crazy too, but they work. I'm lucky to have the time I have left after what I've been through. I'm not gonna waste it playing safe. Well, I'm a Pittsburgh man through and through. Daddy worked the steel mills hard, but I took a different route, tinkering for an armaments firm. This may surprise you, but I did everything by the book back then. Everything done to spec. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Life was stable, but boring as hell. I didn't really start living until after the bombs. They woke me up good. Well, now that you mention it, I had this idea for a rat-powered motorboat recently. Rats aren't big enough nowadays. I think it could work. The problem is feeding them out on the water. One good thing about making weapons of war for Uncle Sam is that they build those manufactories to last. The plant I worked in may as well have been a bunker, like one of those Vault-Tec vaults the Richies built themselves. When the bombs came down, enough stood standing to keep us lucky few alive. What came after? The Reds, the Ferals, the Fanatics. That was a real test. Tired of hearing about me, eh? Oh, well, okay then. Why, naturally, I would be happy to share my wisdom with you. Oh. Anytime, my friend.
It's been sunny all week. I love it.
If you see anything that requires attention, do let me know.
This club will be great to
Due to the risk of exploding glassware, mixed drinks are no longer available.
Do you ever look up at the stars and wonder if anything else is out there? If you're caught out and about with no place to go, the responders have an outpost in Flatwoods.
So this is a place that's bringing all these damn people to Appalachia.
If you see anyone struggling out in Appalachia, be sure to tell them about the White Spring.
Looking for something different? We have regional flavors you won't find this side of Yucca World.
One of the
Hey, you're back. Rucker's put me in charge of running a bit of a donation drive. Have you met Rucker? She's amazing, you should. Anyway, it might surprise you to know an operation like this is always churning through supplies. We work hard to keep things in stock, and that funny Orlando character does their best to help out as well, but well, we still have shortfalls. So here I am, asking generous folks such as yourself to help us fill in those gaps and keep the refuge running. I prefer to think of it as mutual aid. We're a community, pooling our collective resources so that nobody has to go without. Charity's more like the well-to-do buying a clean conscience by giving away their table scraps. And it's not just hanging around. I need to get the donations packed, stored, logged, the whole 9 yards. Rucker's got a real quartermaster's mindset. So you better believe she wants it all squared away properly. Oh, yeah, I guess I am. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Why shouldn't I be? We're living in the aftermath of the apocalypse. But here we all are in a place filled with people dedicated to helping each other. You ask me, that means we're pretty dang lucky, right? A lot to be excited about. Happy, even. Let me check my notes. Well, I'll tell you, we've had a heck of a run on raw cloth, and it's really drained our stock. If you could spare, say, 50 pieces, it'd be a huge help to us. Yeah. The warm glow of providing aid to your fellow person. The joy of supporting a noble and worthwhile cause. Isn't that great? Okay, if that's not enough for you, Rucker's given the okay to dole out some of the ultrasight battery cells we've got to spare. We use them to power the vertibird on the roof. They use it to fly aid missions to places outside Appalachia. I got a feeling you might be helping out there. So I bet you'll find a use for these. Oh, lots of places. Old stuffed toys, pillows. Heck, you can even make some out of old newspapers or magazines.
I'd love to be a senior scribe someday. I can think about
That's okay. Who just carries that around in their pockets or whatever, right? I'll be here all day, though. If you want to come back, bring it by later. If you can, of course. You know where to find me. It'd really make my day if you did.
think with all that tinkering Skippy does that he'd come up with something more medicinal.
Glad to see you've returned. Are you ready to donate?
This
You do? Amazing. Thank you so much. This is going to be a big help. It just so happens I got a little something for you as a reward for your generosity. Rucker set aside some ultrasight battery cells that can spare you from the ones the White Spring management doles out. Fancy a vertibird trip? They're not much use for anything else, but I got a feeling you're gonna need them. See? Mutual aid. Everybody wins. Thanks so much for the help. Drop by again. If I know Rucker, I'll be looking for something new every day. Take care of yourself.
I love Esme's cooking. Oh, it's been so long since I've had food with actual flavor.
Bonjour! My name is Esme Rousseau, but most people around here know me as Chef Esme. We had some representatives from Foundation and Crater come here seeking assistance with the recent influx of refugees. I thought that we could help them out by providing some food for their people. I've started a pot of venison and potato stew, one of my newest creations. Would you be able to help me finish it? How wonderful! I can't wait to whip up something delicious for everyone! The stew requires potatoes, venison, salt, black pepper, and carrots. The ingredients can be found in our storage area. Your job is to grab the ingredients and put them in before the stew burns. Super! Let's have you start by stirring the stew, which will help keep it from burning. Remember to continuously stir during the cooking process.
But I'm glad they chose to send me somewhere safe, and not somewhere.
Fantastique! Let's get the first of the ingredients and prepare them. You're looking for carrots, potatoes, and the pièce de résistance, the venison.
A safe haven filled with people trying to help others? It feels like I've died and gone to heaven. Or hell, if you look out the window.
Good evening. Here for dinner. Please feel free to seat yourself.
Helping people is our chief mission. The cool uniforms are just a nice bonus.
I was out scavenging for food earlier.
Dash of this. A sprinkle of that. My friend, I hope you will stop. Oh, me? Of course. What would you like to know?
my friends didn't want to join up. Said the responders sounded like too much work. What are they doing now?
Please have a seat. Someone will be with you shortly.
Folks don't join responders for caps. They join to make a difference.
This bloodleaf aioli really elevates the mirelurk meat.
Orlando is very charming. But to be honest with you, I'm not really sure why they're helping us.
There's no problem too big to solve.
I hope we get some deathclaw meat soon. Its tenderness is magnifique. This is smelling delicious. Let's add more flavor with some salt and pepper now.
Helping people is our chief mission. Cool uniforms are just
I heard a bunch of nerds arguing over comic book heroes yesterday. Aren't there more important things to worry about? I think we can make this place home for a lot of people, yourself included.
Lots of new faces, fresh wounds.
If you're caught out and about with no place to go, the responders have an outpost in Flatwoods.
I think I heard a Protecton bark the other day. Am I going crazy?
Well,
always make sure to boil your water before you drink it.
The potatoes here taste amazing. So fresh and only a few reps.
No reservations required.
Oh no, the stew has burned. Here is your stew. Something is better than nothing. Yes? Hopefully, either the settler or raider representative will find some use for this. I last saw them in the bar area.
Can't believe we've got a vertibird. That's a step up in quality if I've ever seen one.
always something that needs. Well, seems like timing is. Look, I can stitch out a lot of what we need. I've heard you're looking, and we'll keep. So, that. Hope you don't mind a trip. So, how about it? Now this one might be tricky. Watoga Emergency was almost entirely run by robots. But even robots had to tell their patients how to take care of themselves once they left the hospital. What we're looking for there is any record of that information so we can do the same for our patients here in the refuge. Can the responders count on you? Nice. Well, let's get to it then. Anything you're able to find, go ahead and bring it back to our lead medic. I'll let her know to look for you. Good luck out there.
Is this a refuge or a palace?
Can't wait till dinner.
Please have a seat. Someone will be with you shortly.
Are you at the refuge? We've got people going hungry, and too many mouths to feed at Foundation.
These refugees wouldn't last one day in Crater.
I'm not sure what you expect me to do with this. People are hungry for something that's actually edible.
The folks don't join the responders for caps. They join to make a difference.
A safe haven filled with people trying to help others. It feels like I've died and gone to heaven.
We could always
Or
use an
hell.
extra hand around here. If you hang around those raiders, I want nothing to do with you.
Hang in there, Hex. I won't let you die on me.
Hey, what's up?
Name's Lennox. Hey, she might be a used model, but I got her running right. Probably only a 5, maybe 12% chance she'll drop out of the sky. 20 tops. You got it, bud. And mechanic. You're looking at more than a decade of military experience in the sky. Sure thing, buddy, but make it snappy. I got stuff to do. Hell yeah, I can. I was Air Force back in the day. Tankers, cargo, I'd fly anything. Through hell and fire, no problem. This vertebrate's an odd duck. Ain't a plane, ain't a chopper. But if you go up with me, just sit back and relax. Never lost my cargo once, human or otherwise. You'll be fine. One of the responders said they saw a spaceman the other day. Little gray dude. Aliens, you know? Hell, I saw crap above the clouds you'd never believe, even before the war. Tic-tacs, cigars, discs, stuff that moved like nothing we had. No way we're alone. Believe it. Yep. I like to be up here to stay with her. It's been a long time since I had a working bird. I don't want anybody messing with her. You better believe it. Knew a fighter pilot. Long gone, but he was a live wire. Told me once about getting caught in a sandstorm over the Gobi. He was flying formation with 3 other jets when it hit. Came out of nowhere, he said. He ejected. Storm messed him up good, but he lived. When the storm cleared, though, his wingmen were just gone. Nobody ever saw them again. Nobody ever found the planes. Desert just swallowed them up. Yeah, no problem. Hasta luego.
Toga Emergency Medical Services is here to help.
Duty call!
Guest security is our priority.
Do you ever look up at the stars?
Are you the one who's in charge? I mean, what you gave us last time really wasn't much of a meal. Could you try not to burn it next time? Alright, talk to you later.
Wonder if they have any chems laying around here.
Look at the ailments on these refugees. The pit must be a real hellhole.
Rucker said to be looking for you. Hope you got some good news about those patient care instructions.
Why even bother helping people that can't help themselves?
Well, Appalachia's never really given the responders any breaks, you know? There's so much we don't know how to treat. Sometimes it's hard to know if we're even treating the right thing. With how many sick and wounded we get coming in here, we need every advantage we can get. And the information you're bringing us provides us that advantage in a big way. Wow. I wish we'd had this kind of information from the beginning. We'd better start looking it over. You've done the responders a great service, and now it's our turn to get to work. I wouldn't want to be Rucker. I never thought a single person could
get that
spread
feeling
something.
Everything's too clean.
Hey there, sport. What brings you back my way? That's right, looking for someone to help us take the fight to the fanatics. Surprised we got a tinker, actually. You are interested, right? The Union's back's against the wall. We're doing our best to hold off the fanatics. Keep them from taking everything. Occasionally, we win some small victories, but not a lot. Got a couple of situations back there right now where an extra hand might tip things in our favor, at least for now. I don't want to call it mercenary work, but I'm not gonna lie. You'll be going there to fight. Fantastic. Let me just get Rucker in here. It's her bird, after all. Thanks for coming by, Rucker. Looks like we got a volunteer to take a trip out to the pit.
We've met. Had a feeling you might be up for this when you came by earlier. Guess I was right.
Figured you should be involved if we're gonna borrow your plane.
Don't let Lennox hear you call it a plane. She takes it personally. Anyway, sure thing. I guess you've already got all the Ultra cells you need. I know you've got mine. Sophie and Esme tell me you helped them out too, so I expect you got theirs as well.
No can do, sport. I'll go back one day, but right now, I'm more use here. Rustling up support to send back there. I'm not young enough to be much use on the front lines anymore. Great. This means a lot to the Union. I'll make sure you're well rewarded for it. I might have some other things I need help with here in Appalachia, too. I'll let you know. Good luck up there. We're counting on you.
Heard folks had all the coffee they can drink before the war. Lucky bastards. Well, not lucky. But the bomb.
Check in with the medics if you're feeling under the weather.
This carpet was a pretty bold choice, and not one I would have made.
Hey, hey! You here to chat or something else on your mind? Fully fueled up, she'll get us there no problem. Us and any friends you want to bring along. And back, in case you were worried about that. Unless someone hits us with an RPG or something. I'm like, 85% sure that won't happen. First place we checked out after we got the old girl working again. Far enough to prove her out, close enough for our fuel. The city's in bad shape. Real bad. Of course, I only saw it from the sky, mostly. I stay with the bird and leave the hiking to others. They only shot at us a little when we flew over, not too bad. Nothing she can't handle. We got a safe LZ now, so that shouldn't happen again. Probably. Yeah? Right on! About time we made another trip out there. I mean, me and my girl here. You haven't been, I guess. Ruckus said somebody'd be coming by. Guess you're it. If you're all set, I'm ready when you are. Assuming you got the ultrasight battery cells for this beauty. I'm a miracle worker in the sky, but even I can't make a fly on willpower alone. Remember, anytime you want to take a trip, we're gonna need a full load of those ultrasight battery cells to power this beauty. If you need more, check with those busybodies downstairs you got this batch from. There's always something they need every day. I'll be here when you're ready to go.